Well, I'm back with a knife video. I've got two knives here on the table. Only thing that is really similar about them is their size. And you see this apple here. Posted a video on my Instagram. Well, actually not a video. I put up a picture on my Instagram, and that led to some conversation about Striders and knives like Striders and the fact that they don't slice well. I don't necessarily agree. Do I think that a Strider knife or a knife like a Strider is going to ever be a traditional knife with this type of stock? No, I do not. However, I think the perception or the I'm going to even go as far as to say myth that's put out there is that these knives can't slice, meaning they just shred through things, they mash them up, you know, just totally mangle anything that you want to cut up. I'm gonna let the knife talk, and I've got two knives here. I've got an apple. We'll see what happens once we put the two knives to work, and just, you know, let's forget the speculation. Let's forget if it's a myth. Let's see what happens with our own eyes. So first, I'll peel the apple a little bit with this Strider. And now I will say, before I even do this, this is not the knife for cutting an apple. This was just something that was brought up in the comments section of my Instagram post. So that's why I decided to put the apple and the Strider together. I've never cut an apple with a Strider. I don't even like apples, honestly. I do like pears, but I would use a traditional knife for any type of fruit or meat or anything, any food prep stuff like that. That would be my preference as a whole. But you can see here, no issues whatsoever. It's cutting right through. Taking just the skin off. Very fine slices. There are a few soft spots on the apple, but it hasn't torn through this apple. It hasn't destroyed it. It hasn't mangled it. There's nothing wrong with this apple. You can see the slices even so fine. I missed a piece right here. And you can see how fine that slice is and how I just peeled it right off of the apple. So again, do I think that this is a traditional knife? No. Do I think that it's a slicer, pure slicer? No. But does it mash and mangle things? Absolutely not. Those spots on the apple are purely from where the apple was beat up. You can see here that is perfectly smooth. There are no rough spots on here at all. If I wanted to go in and cut the apple itself, you'll see here, the apple is sliced perfectly flat. No issues there. You can see the face of the apple looks perfectly flat. The slice that I just cut off, you can see here, there are no issues with it. It hasn't been mashed up or mangled. Now, with that being said, let's compare it directly, one right after the other, with the traditional knife. So, and I'll tell you up front, this traditional knife isn't even as sharp as the Strider. So is it a little bit easier to control? Absolutely. But is it doing a better job? I wouldn't say it is. Let's see. We're cutting away. You can look here. This is the side cut with the traditional knife. This is the side cut with the Strider. This, we'll take a chunk out of this side. I kind of heard it pop a little bit there. It actually sounded like it mashed it up a little bit more. So you can see there, that's the way the cut looks on the traditional knife side. This is the way the cut looks on the Strider side. I might dare say, and I'll let you guys, please comment down below. I would say that maybe the Strider side is cut maybe even a little bit more cleanly than the traditional side. Here you go again. You can see it there. So let's look at the slice cut with the traditional knife. Like I said, you can see those ridges there. This is the slice we cut with the Strider. Side by side, you can see there's much more texture going on here than there is on this side. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was the light playing tricks on me. But it's at least close or to even, I would say. I would say it's pretty close to even. So let's make sure we get it same orientation. This is the traditional knife cut. This is the Strider knife cut. I don't know. It's pretty close, but either way, if I cut this apple with this Strider, you can see here, I don't think you could tell me the difference between which pieces were cut with the Strider and which pieces were cut with the traditional. I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments down below, hear what you guys have to say. But I think today you can see that this knife and knives that are like this, that people say can't slice, I think that is more of a myth than a fact. Appreciate you guys watching, and remember, a lazy man carries a dull knife.